Welcome in, everybody, to Tiger Talks Wrestling. I am your host, Tony, of course, joined by my good friends, the final boss, Eddie, and the King of Scotland himself, Fergus. Welcome to the show, guys.
How you fucking doing?
All right. Pretty damn good. How you doing?
Doing fucking fantastic.
Are we entering it? That's good. Good. All right. We're here today to give our Elimination Chamber prediction shows. Of course, the show being on in just under 2 hours now. Starting live at 7 o'clock from Toronto, Ontario. Be interesting to see what else is there. We'll dive into our predictions for that, though, here in a few moments. A lot definitely going on in the wrestling world and with the Elimination Chamber. I want to just go over a couple things before we dive into this. We know there's probably going to be some returns tonight at Elimination Chamber. There's a couple people that WWE is actually making plans for potentially before WrestleMania coming in, and another guy that by the sounds they're already making plans for, even though he's still technically under AEW contract at the moment. Of course, being Aleister Black / Malachi Black, one of them potentially before WrestleMania, and Miro / Rusev, the other one. The third person I was referring to, of course, his brother is a big name on the Monday Night Raw roster as of this year, being Penta, because the WWE is apparently already making plans for the debut of Rey Fenix. So my thinking on that part, though, is they just got to hope that Rey can manage to get out of that AEW contract in the long run before they can fully go ahead with any plans for Rey Fenix, and whether it be with Penta or whatever they plan on doing with them. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think of these guys that may be coming into WWE and what their best spots potentially, I guess you could say, could be going in?
Clearly, Aleister Black, Malachi Black, whatever you want to call him, it's going to be somehow connected with Gable and the Luchadors. I mean, the dude literally has dark arts. He literally has a training or whatever. It's called dark arts. So clearly, they're already pointing to Malachi, Aleister, whatever. I'm gonna call him Aleister because that's what he is in WWE. But that's clearly where Aleister Black is gonna go. As far as Rusev, I honestly don't know if you put him almost anywhere.
True.
Well, my opinion about Aleister Black,
and then, of course, yeah, I'd agree with.
My opinion about Aleister Black, he's going to SmackDown because of his wife. His wife, Selena, is on SmackDown now. She got transferred over there, so she's going to be there. Rusev, what have we seen him? He's been basically out of wrestling almost 2 years, and
Seems like it. Yeah.
not his fault. Now he can't say his sexy wife because his sexy wife left him. So what are we going to see for him? To me, I think it's
Although I have seen.
To me, on my best fit that he goes to Monday Night Raw. They need another beef up person there, and I think he'd be perfect there. But we got to see more from him.
Yeah, that's true. Although I have heard rumors that potentially Rusev could come back with Lana as well, with him, but just wouldn't be able to call him his wife, obviously, if they did go that route. Be interesting to see. So I do want to. We haven't really talked about it at all. What's your guys' opinion? We've seen, of course, surprisingly, just a day later after it was announced that he was released of his AEW contract, the NXT debut of Ricky. We all thought Ricky Starks would probably be the name he'd stick with, but now we know it's Ricky Saints. What do you guys think of the name change and what we've seen so far for Ricky in NXT?
Ricardo has been doing a fabulous job. I don't like the Saints. I think it should stay Ricky Starks because that's what he's known as. But other than that, great job so far. I mean, it's just the beginning, but we got a lot more potential coming from him, and I'm excited to see what he does.
Absolutely, and I'm not just saying because it's absolute, but thank God he got out of AEW. I mean, there are some guys there that are former WWE superstars and current AEW guys that need to dish that company because it is a sinking ship. I mean, Ricky Starks, do I see him going after Obafemi or maybe Moose? Who knows? I mean, who knows? We don't know. But I would love to see Ricky Stark go after the North American Championship. I love Tony D because he's the family. How you doing? But I do see big things with him, and he is going to have his guiding light with him. The man that his soul might be taken from him tonight, and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, because Ricky and Punk are all pretty close, so it'll be interesting to see where they go with Ricky. To backtrack a little bit on your North American champion spotlight, don't forget he is defending that title this upcoming Tuesday on NXT, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a title change personally. See Sean Spears win his first piece of NXT or WWE gold, as that may be.
But will it be a perfect 10?
He's finally come a long way since Stan.
Yes, he has. Very long way. I did hear today or last night, one or the other as well, that there may be more cuts coming to the AEW roster as well. So we'll see what else transpires from that. Which honestly, as you mentioned, Eddie, they're kind of a sinking ship. They've got so many people on their roster, and a lot of them don't get used for the most part. They need to just let people go and do whatever they can in WWE or TNA or wherever.
Since we have this topic up right now, what are two superstars currently on the AEW roster that you would love to see in WWE?
Oh, can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
Mine's is a group. I want Undisputed Era to come back to WWE. What the fuck are they doing with them? They have one of the greatest.
What do you mean? Adam Cole's got a title match tonight.
Oh, but bullshit. You know who's going to win? It's going to be Danny Garcia. And they're going to have Adam Cole just say, it's okay, baby. No, he needs to come back. He had a more better run.
He does.
He had a more better run in NXT than he had in AEW. Oh, yeah, I was a tag team champion with the Kung Fu legend himself, MJF. And other than that, he just been, I understand he's been injured with concussions and all that, but you have a guy that came back and you're making him into a mid-carder.
Hope. If AEW wasn't so crappy, maybe they could keep up with the roster.
All right, how about you,
Yeah,
Tony?
well, I'd agree with Undisputed Kingdom / era. I'm wondering on that topic alone, where are Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, because they were supposed to be part of the Undisputed Kingdom. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mike Bennett actually leaving because Maria Kanellis has left AEW / Ring of Honor. But off of that, I would say if I pick two people, Keith Lee is definitely one of them. I know he's been injured for quite a while now, or at least that's what it sounds like. He looks fine anytime they show him at the Hall of Fame with Meechin, but he's one of them I'd love to see come back now that Triple H is fully in charge. So I felt like Keith Lee was handled better with Triple H handling his character than what he was when Vince got a hold of him. So he's one. The other, man, I don't know if he'd want to or not, but I would love to see what Sammy Guevara could do in NXT.
Oh, God, yes.
I've always been a huge Sammy fan, so I've watched his stuff since the Indies on his YouTube channel.
So my two might shock you. One's a male, one's a female. Female-wise, I would love to see Anna Jay. I think Anna Jay would be an amazing addition to the women's division.
Where do you put her at? Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, though?
I would almost put her, I would say on Raw.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would love to see a feud with her and Liv.
All AEW shows are crap.
Now, as far as the male, it's kind of obvious who I would pick because, you know, I'm a big fan of this guy, and if he ever makes it, I'm going to go crazy. And that'd be Orange Cassidy.
Jesus.
I'm not. That's between you two. I'm done.
Just kidding.
Go ahead.
Honestly, just on mic skills alone, I would love to see something go down between The Miz and MJF.
Yeah, well, MJF was the dumbass that decided to stick with AEW in the first place instead of leaving and going to WWE. So that's on him. I don't know how long his contract is locked in for AEW, but no, you know how I feel about Orange Cassidy. And if he got brought to WWE, there's no way they'd let him keep the stupid ass gimmick he uses now. So you'd have to figure out something new to get over, I feel like.
If they did, they put him and R-Truth together. I mean, that's comedic gold.
Sure. I can see that.
Hey, look. I already have the name for them, the Orange Truth.
Wow. But he wouldn't get any further than maybe mid-card in WWE, whereas he's gotten into his world title matches there in AEW. But I don't think Orange Cassidy probably will ever leave AEW, which is fine by me. He can stay there for all I care. That's me. Hope says bring Mercedes Moné back like she has way too many titles. Just drop some of them. I know you love Mercedes, but you need to stop. Like, drop some of those titles. Well, she's only got one that's technically AEW wise, and then 3 that are from other promotions. So, but yes, I'm kind of mixed on that one though. I don't really. Do we really need Sasha Banks back in WWE?
Hell
That might
no.
be a heated topic to have, right? I mean, in the long run, yes, I'd like to see her come back at some point in time, but right now, I don't think we really need her. Personally, if we were to have this discussion of who we'd like to see leave one company for another, or just leave the company altogether, there's another woman on the WWE roster I'd rather see leave, like Sasha did, but that might just be me though too. So
Is she a current
she ain't never
champion?
gonna
Because
leave.
if she is, I'd agree.
No, she's not a current champion.
Oh, damn. It's not Chelsea
Will be
Green.
after Mania. No, I enjoy Chelsea in WWE. Yeah, well, that's about the same thing for Orange Cassidy. How I feel about him compared to you. So
I actually got 2 more. One more.
no,
group,
Charlotte's who I was referring to.
I would love to see, for a woman's spectacular, I would love to see Chris Statlander come to WWE.
Yes, she would fit right in any division, in my opinion.
And then, if you really want to go, the Hounds of Hell.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
Julia included.
Yeah.
Julia Hart. That would be interesting.
Hell, combine them with the Wyatt 6.
Yeah, but I hope you're not getting that it's not all AEW titles and all AEW's decision to give Mercedes those titles. But yeah. Speaking of the Wyatt 6, we'll get into the Wyatt 6 topic here in a little bit, but partially. All right. So let me get this up here. But it'll be interesting to see what takes place, who AEW releases, if they're going to release people, and who WWE might pick up, and vice versa. Because, I mean, there are WWE superstars who have been released recently that could be picked up by AEW sooner rather than later as well. So, and also don't forget this upcoming... Oh, I should do that there. This upcoming Wednesday, AEW is going to have some competition on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock as well. Just won't be quite the same because they're not on television, I guess. Technically, they're on an app, if you will. When WWE's Evolve debuts on Tubi this upcoming Wednesday at 8. I don't know if I watched that. I'll probably still watch AEW live, but because AEW will be live and Evolve is recorded already, and then watch that on demand on Tubi. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with WWE's version of Evolve anyway. All right. So now we'll get into what we're here for, and that is the Elimination Chamber tonight. Let's kick things off with the match that's opening the show tonight. I've seen the rundown already. It's been posted all over social media. They could change it. You never know. But the opening contest tonight at Elimination Chamber is supposed to be this match. The women's Elimination Chamber match, where the winner will go on to face either Io Sky or Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. You got, of course, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, her tag team partner, Naomi. One half of the new women's tag team champions, Liv Morgan, Bayley, Alexa Bliss, and the NXT prodigy herself, Roxanne Perez, rounding out the field in the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, so you hate Chelsea. So this match is gonna win it. Let's go over who we is it catching. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know it kind of froze up there. You guys hear me fine now? Okay. So before we get into, you both got thumbs up on there. I like that. Before we get into who we think's gonna win this match, how about we go with predictions on who we think will be the two women that will kick off the Elimination Chamber match. Either one you can take first.
All right, so you got to start off with the hot hand. To me, I feel like we got to start off with Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan starting off. Or you could do either way, it's going to be Bianca and Naomi starting off with Liv Morgan in the match. Because I feel like they want to continue this storyline. Who attacked Jade? So it's really hard who I think it is, but I know it's going to be Naomi or Bianca, and Liv will start off as the one or two. But I'm gonna go Bianca and Liv because that sounds more interesting than Naomi. Sorry.
John, you want to take next? You want me to take next?
I'm going back to the same thing I said at the Royal Rumble. Bayley and Roxanne.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see either one of those two taking place. So I honestly was thinking more along lines like John. I'm going to agree. I got Roxanne and Bayley kicking off the Elimination Chamber match. I mean, Roxanne pinned Bayley yesterday on SmackDown, and I still feel like that's the match that's going to take place for them two at WrestleMania. So whether it be one-on-one or a multi-woman match of some sort. But all right, guys. So then I'm going to flip it a little bit. That's the two that you think's going to be in there. Without saying exactly who you think's going to win, who do we think's going to be the last two women left inside the Elimination Chamber?
I gotta go with.
Hope picks Alexa to win the match.
I gotta go with Alexa Bliss and Bianca.
Okay, John, who you got?
I have Bianca and Alexa.
Well, I hate to do it, but I got to make it 3 for 3 because I also have a feeling it's going to come down to Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss as the final two. So that being said, though, we'll see if we all are in agreement of who wins the Women's Elimination Chamber match then.
Okay, so I'm going with Alexa Bliss because of the returning Jade Cargill. I feel like it's going to happen, so I'm going with with Alexa Bliss going on the WrestleMania to WrestleArena.
You got John?
Let me paint the scene. 5 women have entered. The only woman that has not entered the match yet is Naomi. The lights go out. Come back on. Jade Cargill is in the pod, standing over Naomi's body. Jade enters in. And it's going to come down to the 3 of Jade, Bianca, and Alexa. And after Jade gets eliminated, it's going to cause Bianca to be confused. And Alexa Bliss gets that win, and we're getting Ripley versus Bliss at Mania.
Alexa, stop.
Sorry.
Right? Sorry to say it, but it is 3 for 3. I got Alexa Bliss actually winning this match as well. The only other option is Bianca, in my opinion, because, I mean, we've had Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley so many times over the last year. There's no reason for that. As I said, I got Roxanne and Bayley facing each other. And I just feel like, in a way, I feel like Naomi and Bianca both are going to take the fall for taking out Jade Cargill in one way or another. So it might end up maybe in a triple threat match of some sort at WrestleMania. Whether it's Jade actually just got attacked by Naomi and she's pissed off at Bianca for giving her tag team title to Naomi or whatever ends up happening. I don't know exactly how they're going to do that. But I just feel like there's something there between those 3 women that's going to cost both Naomi and Bianca in the long run in this match. So Alexa's the only one that really makes sense to me. If Liv somehow wins, then something screwy has to happen on Raw Monday night to end up leading to a triple threat match. Go ahead, John.
What will happen is Liv will win the chamber and then get involved in the match between Rhea and Io, kind of like the qualifying match was, and screw Io over again. And then down the line, it'll be at Mania, Liv and Io with Rhea with a triple threat where Io will get the title. But that's only if Liv is to win this match.
Right. Which could happen, but I just don't think it will happen. Hope thinks Alexa and Liv Morgan will be the last 2. She's going with Alexa to win as well. We'll see. We shall see. But, I mean, if Alexa doesn't win this match, though, what does she do going into WrestleMania? As mentioned, the Wyatt 6 have been showing up on the screen anytime we see Alexa. We know she's going to be put it into that storyline once Bo Dallas / Uncle Howdy is able to go back out on the road because he's been out with an injury. But still, either way you look at it, if she wins or doesn't win, where does she fit in with all the mix? I mean, she's technically so I'm going to go off of this. She is technically a SmackDown competitor, as we know now. Rhea is a Raw competitor. They'll be fighting for the Raw Women's Championship, World Championship, which is okay for the most part, because, I mean, we got SmackDown versus Raw anyways at other spots. But there is still talk that it was released today. There is still going to be a draft after WrestleMania season's over, so like a week or 2 after Mania. I could see potentially Alexa going into WrestleMania, maybe winning the women's world title, because it's been a few years since we've seen Alexa as champion. Do we maybe see the Wyatt 6 move back to Raw in the draft then?
I would love that, so I don't have to waste money to get tickets to go see SmackDown in June.
Yes, I did see SmackDown is coming back to Grand Rapids.
Yes,
for once, not in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, and that would be really nice to come back on Raw because that a week before that I'll be coming back from New York. So,
right? But I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I kind of think if Alexa does win this chamber and goes on potentially to win the title, which I think she deserves it, because maybe some people would disagree with that because she's been off TV up until the Royal Rumble for almost 2 years, or about 2 years, because it's having the baby. But just her character work before she went off screen to have the baby, and we haven't seen a whole lot of it since she's come back, but still I feel like she's been one of the most more interesting characters, so as to speak, in the women's division on SmackDown, outside of the whole women's world tag team title situation. And again, it's been a while since we've seen Alexa with some gold. Singles gold, anyway. That's my thinking, anyhow.
Hell, Nikki Cross was a superhero when she was champion.
Yes, she was. Whoops. Now, what I wanted to do. It'll be interesting to see what transpires and takes place anyways in the long run. Are you going to work? And remove that while I get this situated. All right. I did not watch the kickoff scene highlights, some highlights from it, but there is that. Get to it. But I like how that SmackDown was pretty smooth for the most part yesterday for a change.
What the fuck? Okay, so let's go. I don't know what next match he was going to do, but I'm thinking about doing the non-sanctioned match between... Hey, okay, we're like, wait, did you just disappear like the Wyatts?
Yep, we're talking about the Wyatts, so sorry about that. I was just talking about stuff, and then all of a sudden I come back over here after I was looking for something, and I was gone. Wait a minute. All right, before we move on, Hope says Alexa is going to win. Jade is going to return, and we're finally going to get to see who attacked Jade, which we're more than likely going to happen. Did see that Travis Scott is going to be part of the show tonight. It'll be interesting to see what he brings to the show. I'd imagine, since it is on Peacock here in the States, I know it's still on Netflix over in other countries. I'd imagine they won't let him smoke coming out for anything that he might do on the show, unlike the Raw premiere on Netflix. I imagine he's probably just going to be singing, maybe, or just there in attendance, but we'll see what happens with that. All right. I heard you talking a little bit about other matches, but the next match we're going to talk about isn't the unsanctioned match. We'll get to that match in a little bit. Next match is actually featuring a different home country, and hometown hero, as it's Trishy and Tiffy time. Trish Stratus, the Hall of Famer, and WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton face off against Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. Fun little fact that I seen online today: Trish Stratus has never lost a tag team match in Toronto. She is 7-0. Can she make it 8-0 tonight? We'll see. What are you guys thinking for this tag team match?
I'm going
Let me ask you
Oh, go ahead, John.
Let me ask you one question. What time is it? A
Trishy and
little.
Tippy time.
Trishy
You're
and
damn
Tiffany.
right. It's Trishy and Tiffy time. All the way.
I gotta go with I gotta go with Johnny Boy. Um, yeah, it's gonna be Trishy and Tiffy time because I'm sorry, I love Trish Stratus. So yeah, you gotta go with the hometown girl. I mean, she's building up that tag team streak. She's almost a couple of maybe like 15 matches away from holding the Undertaker streak. In tag team divisions. But yeah, I gotta go with the hot hand. I gotta go with Trishy and Tiffy.
What, you don't see Charlotte Flair coming out and getting involved and costing her WrestleMania opponent the match?
No.
Listen. Charlotte Flair looks like a plastic doll now. So why the hell would I give a shit?
She does. Right?
Yeah, it's
No, I
original
asked.
Malibu Barbie versus porn star Barbie.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. But no, I asked that, but I don't see it happening either. Y'all know Trish Stratus is my favorite women's wrestler of all time. They claim Charlotte might be the best because she's got more title wins, but I still say Trish is the best. I got Trish and Tiffany winning. I don't see Trish's undefeated streak in Toronto and tag team matches coming to an end. And I just feel like Tiffany needs the momentum heading into WrestleMania in her match against Charlotte. So, yes, I'm definitely agreeing with both of you on this one. Trish and Tiffy are going to win, and Nia and Candice can go cry in their hats or whatever. Candice can go cry to her husband. But on that topic, what do you guys think they're going to do with Nia and Candice when it comes to WrestleMania, though?
Go after the women's tag team championships.
You think so?
Yeah.
You
The
think they'd
Mae
have
Young,
two heel
Alundra
teams, or you think
Blaze,
there'd be more teams
Medusa
involved?
Battle Royal.
I think it's going to be more teams involved.
I haven't done one of those in a few years.
To me, I think it's going to be more teams involved. That you're going to involve maybe some TNA guys, TNA women's tag teams. I would love to see Spitfire, come and challenge for the tag team titles. I would love to see a multiple.
Maybe they bring in Metaphor Girls.
Yeah. Toxic Attraction 2.0. I mean.
John. Funny little thing. You mentioned that. I've seen online how the absolution curse has gone into full effect because Paige was the leader of Absolution and she ended up eventually being gone from WWE. Mandy Rose from Absolution would go on to lead Toxic Attraction. She's gone from WWE. Sonya Deville from Absolution went on to be the lead member of PFC, and now she's gone from WWE. So that curse takes place. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they did do a multi-team match for the tag titles. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bella Twins potentially even in that match at WrestleMania, because Nikki has said she plans on doing more than just the rump. And there's been talk of Brie possibly coming in. So we'll see what happens with the women. And say, don't kick me off again like you did when I was changing last one. All right, before we go in, I see it's got that. So, we'll see if it pops up here. And it's not going to fully the way I wanted it to. There it is. All right. So we got to have this discussion. It's not going to lead to a prediction of any sort, match-wise, but necessarily. Before I get into that, Hope does pick Tiffany and Trish to win as well. All this soul talk from the son of the soul man himself. What do you guys think is going to happen when The Rock comes and asks Cody Rhodes for his soul tonight and to be his champion after seeing, even taken into what happened on SmackDown last night? Cody had his own locker room. Rock sent Cody his own custom-made Ford truck. Rock even had a weight belt that had Cody's symbol and the date of Dusty's death on it. What do you think happens tonight when The Rock comes out and asks Cody Rhodes for his soul?
I see a definite no on the part of Cody Rhodes, because he wants to be his own champion, his own people's champion. So I see The Rock getting told no, and we find out who I think it's two guys who I think will be the one that will sell their soul to The Rock to be his corporate champion. I don't know if you want that prediction when I think it is, or do you want to wait to see? You don't want that. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I do definitely don't see Cody Rhodes doing it.
I agree. I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to do it, but I feel like a big name from Cody's past will.
Yeah, wait and see what we come up with for the chamber match later.
But man, almost 10 years since Dusty died. That's fast.
Yeah, I know, right? It doesn't seem like it's possible. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see Cody as a heel and agree to it, because we haven't seen that in WWE. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I feel like he's going to say no. And then when we get to the men's chamber match, I've got plenty of things that could take place leading to a corporate champion, if you will, for The Rock instead of Cody. But we'll get into that when we get into the chamber match itself in a little bit. But yeah, I agree with you guys. Cody's saying no. I don't see any way, shape, or form that he could say yes right now to this proposal. But if he does say yes, what all differences do we see from Cody Rhodes in the long run? Some people want to see a heel Cody. Do we see Cody get rid of the bleach blonde hair as he did briefly in AEW towards the end of his tenure there? Do we just see less of Cody, or what exactly do we get out of Cody Rhodes if he says yes to The Rock?
A shitty faction.
Oh my God. I've been contemplating this for almost a week now. I see Cody Rhodes going back to one of his greatest gimmicks of all time. Stardust.
Oh, don't you dare say it. Oh, God. There ain't no way he's going back to Stardust as The Rock's champion.
It's okay. He could just wear everything that says Hollywood. You know?
He could, I guess, but still. All right. Well, we'll wait and see what transpires between The Rock and Cody tonight.
Or he could sell that
We'll
shitty
build off of that a little bit, as I said, when we get to the men's chamber match. Something like that. All right. Eddie, you brought it up a little bit while I was gone. Now we're going to talk about it. Unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and KO, Kevin Owens. This rivalry, I will say, has brought out a different side of Sami Zayn than what we've ever seen before. And these two have had so many rivalries against each other in WWE and NXT and Ring of Honor. This almost feels like it's even more personal than any rivalry we've seen between these two men, though, in the past. In my opinion. Of course, this is in front of their, as Sammy mentioned last night at SmackDown, this is in front of all their countrymen there in Canada. So perhaps that plays a big part in it as well, because this is one of the first times in quite a while they've fought each other in Canada, I do believe. What do you guys think's going to transpire? What do you guys think of the build-up to it, and what do you think is going to transpire in this unsanctioned match between an injured Sami Zayn, not 100%, and Cody and Kevin Owens?
Well, first of all, I got to say, this storyline, I feel like it's well done. I mean, you got two guys from two different brands, who work great together, even as a tag team or just hate each other. I feel like this new version of Kevin Owens, hateless, think all his friends are all turning on him to join the tribal chief, and this is a more vicious and calculated Kevin Owens. I feel like the build-up is perfect. But in my opinion, I think this match is going to be the match of the night. Depends what the Elimination Chamber is. This match could even top that shit show what we saw at WrestleMania 6 between the Ultimate Warrior and that craphead that they call Hulk Hogan. So my prediction is that Kevin is going to have most of the ass whooping on Sammy. It's going to be back and forth, but it's going to be violent. And then apparently when he's getting ready to finish him off, I feel like Kevin Owens going to hear voices in his head. Because I feel like we are going to have the return of Randy Orton. And I know it's not it's an unsanctioned, but I feel like I got to go with Sammy because Orton wants to whoop that KO ass. He's been out for a long time, missed the Royal Rumble. Now he has no clear path to WrestleMania, only to whoop the guy that caused it. So I'm going with Sammy in Toronto.
John, you want next? You want me to take next?
I'll let you take next.
Okay. So for the longest time, I was in agreement with you, Eddie, but today I just felt a little different, and I'm going to disagree with you in the finish. I actually think, I agree, this could be the match of the night, because KO and Sammy are always a great match when they're in the ring together. The history is there. Just 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, these two men main evented WrestleMania, winning the tag team titles. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
I think, though, in the end, Kevin Owens picks up the victory, and then after KO wins this unsanctioned match, we get the return of the Viper, Randy Orton. That's when he strikes, delivers an RKO to set up the match between him and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania.
Tony, you know what they say? Great minds think alike. And let me tell you, you and I are on the same fucking wavelength. Randy will return,
Happens.
but not till after Kevin Owens wins the match.
Right? Like I said, for the longest time, I was thinking the other way around, but man, I was like, do we go all faces potentially winning every match tonight? I don't know. I think KO kind of needs that win more. I don't know what Sammy's doing at Mania, but we know KO and Randy are happening at Mania. On that topic, though, what do you guys think is the direction for Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, knowing that it's more than likely KO versus Randy? Do we see it somehow get made into a triple threat with Sami involved as well? Or do they go somewhere else with Sami Zayn, do you think?
Damn. I don't want to do this.
Loses here.
I don't want to do this to Sammy because I feel like Sammy, man, 2 years running, you're in the main event against the Usos. Then you won the Intercontinental Championship from Gunther. Gunther. Do you really want to put him into a program with Karrion Kross at Mania?
Well, see, I think Karrion Kross might be involved in the Intercontinental title picture, which I feel like is going to be a multi-man match in itself.
Yeah. So do you put Sammy into that Intercontinental title match?
I mean, why not? Karrion Kross has had his sights set on Sammy at times over the last few weeks as well. So
yeah. I mean, yes, I would love to see Orton, KO, and Sammy in a triple threat match, but I feel like the star power. I know Randy's not the same Randy with all his issues with his back and stuff like that, but I would love to see Randy and KO working a program together. And I think that's where they're going, because you got to have Orton, KO, for the revenge of what happened, So
right,
yeah, I see Sammy going over to the Intercontinental title picture.
So before I get John's opinion on it, one thing to point out here: KO versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. This will be 2 years in a row that those two guys have faced each other at WrestleMania. By the way, because they were in the triple threat match with Logan Paul last year at Mania.
Oh, good Lord. Yes, that's right. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Damn. Shit.
Right? Eddie, John, what do you think is going to happen with Sami Zayn coming out of this match?
I think he misses Mania.
Really?
I think this match is almost going to be a way to write him off for a little bit and then have him come back after Mania.
That could happen. Or maybe with one of these guys that potentially is coming into the fold, or coming into WWE from outside of AEW, maybe we get Sami Zayn and Rusev, potentially. Who knows? It could go many ways with that, I feel like.
Or Sammy just shows up on.
Even if he wins the match, though,
or Sammy just shows up on
still
TNA
could see KO
and challenge
potentially taking him out after the match and leading to. All right. You guys think there'll be bloodshed in that match?
There better be some fucking bloodshed.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't, to be honest. All right, that brings us to the main event of the evening, the men's Elimination Chamber match. And maybe you couldn't see him last night on SmackDown, but you can see him tonight at the Elimination Chamber. There won't be no Logan Paul coming out to his music again tonight. John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, and Seth freaking Rollins all try to punch their ticket to main event WrestleMania. And this match, to me, is the hardest one to pick because, as I said earlier, I could make a case for 5 out of these 6 men to win the Elimination Chamber. There's only one man I feel like has 0% chance of winning. But I'm interested in seeing what you guys think, and we'll kick off with the same way we did with the women's. Who do you guys think is starting this Elimination Chamber match?
Ooh.
I'll take first if you want.
Please do.
So I'm going to go... Hell with it. I'm going to go Punk and Drew to kick off the Elimination Chamber. The history's there. Let's see it come to a head again.
Well, I mean, I see what you're doing there. That's very smart. I do think Punk will start. However, not with Drew. I think he'll start with a visionary, a revolutionary. I'm talking about Seth freaking Rollins.
That was my other choice, so I figured it's one of those two with Punk.
Well, mine's, yeah, okay, we all pick Punk, but mine's, we haven't seen it in a while. CM Punk and the greatest of all time, John Cena.
Interesting choice. So then on the flip side, who you guys got as your final 2 in the Elimination Chamber?
I got
the
mine, 2 that is.
I got mine.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with you from what it sounded like, Eddie. I got Cena and Punk as the final 2.
Yeah.
What do you got, John?
I'm in
John's
agreement.
unsure. So
Punk and Cena.
you're going to agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So before I get you guys' prediction on who you think is going to win, Hope apparently disappeared on us because she didn't give a prediction on the last match. But here's what I'm thinking. The only guy, I think he'll probably be the first one to be eliminated from the match. The only guy I feel like has no chance in hell, if you will, of winning this Elimination Chamber match is Damian Priest. He's the only one I don't think is a viable option to win this match. Any of those other 5 guys, I could see easily winning this match. Some of them, yes, I would agree, would sell their soul, if you will, to The Rock to be their corporate champion, with one exception. And I could see Logan Paul easily selling his soul to The Rock. I could see Seth, because we've seen Seth turn heel and join the Authority, and we've seen him turn on the Shield and all that. It'd be easy to fathom to see Drew McIntyre join up with The Rock and get his maybe rightful spot as champion. The other two men are the most interesting options here, in my opinion, though. Because to me, do we finally get what so many fans have wanted for so many years? Is John Cena desperate enough to win that 17th world title that he sells his soul to The Rock to guarantee he wins that 17th world title at WrestleMania? On the flip side, though, I feel like CM Punk, if he wins this match, there's not a chance in hell he's selling his soul to The Rock. He calls in that favor from Paul Heyman. We get Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania to keep The Rock out of CM Punk's business. Punk finally gets his main event with Cody Rhodes. I'm picking CM Punk to win the Elimination Chamber.
I was with you all the way up. Yeah. I feel like the first person that doesn't have a chance in hell. Yeah, will Logan Paul sell his soul to The Rock? Yes. Because you got to put Prime with something. You know, so and The Rock does sell his own tequila. so, oh man. Okay, so I feel like Seth Rollins is on the path with Roman Reigns, and hopefully he don't wear his oven mitt suit that he did last night. Wow.
Right?
Drew, I feel like he's going to have a match with Damian at way it looks like it's going to be Damian and Priest and Drew at Mania, because that's the way it looks like. This one's really hard because what does that favor CM Punk as with Paul Heyman? We don't know. And we go back to the Royal Rumble at the press conference. John Cena said he's going to do what's best for business.
Yep.
And I feel like what's best for business is to be with the man that is on the board. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Punk, but I feel like the greatest of all time might sell his soul to The Rock to get into the main event of WrestleMania. I don't know, but
so you think it's going to lead to a triple threat?
What's that? Could you want to know?
So you think it's going to lead to a triple threat match at Mania then?
I feel like it's going to be a heel turn for John Cena. Because I never heard John Cena out of all the times he's been in the WWE, I never heard him say what's best for business. You know, this one was intriguing. This was a cold John Cena. He wants to break Ric Flair's record. He wants to be called a 17-time world champion. I feel like Cena will sell his soul and will finally get the Cena that people wanted for decades.
But you said CM Punk was your pick to win the match still?
Yes.
Okay. You just feel like it'll be a triple threat at Mania, apparently.
Most definitely, yeah.
What's your take on all this, John?
Well, I have a question for you first. Going into this, are we all tied?
Give me a minute. I got to check. For our predictions tonight, no.
John, you have that look like, I'm doing something evil.
No, because you ended up with the better record at the Royal Rumble. You only had one match wrong, where Eddie and I both had two.
When did we have two wrong? I thought we were 3-1, all of us.
Because Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. You're right. We're all 3-1. I was looking at the wrong pay-per-view. Stats. Wrong page. No, yes, we all got one match wrong at the Royal Rumble. I'll get my shit together eventually.
Oh man, my stomach hurt when I do that. Ow.
Yeah. You and I have picked one different from Eddie. Are you going to pick somebody different for this one, John? Like I said, this was the toughest match.
I'm going to say this. I cannot believe I'm going to say
You're picking
this.
Cena, aren't you?
I think it will be a triple threat at Mania because Punk will cash in on his favor. But there is no way I don't see us. We have got to see, even for a very short period of time, a heel Cena. This is the best chance we're going to get with all the history The Rock and Cena have together. It makes perfect fit. It's got to be Cena. So let me say it like this. You can't see me.
Yeah, I was that close to picking Cena to win, too. So, like,
Remember,
it's got to come down to him and Punk. How does it not? Either way.
Right. But remember, last year, I took a big risk. Ended up giving me the extra point I needed to carry out through Mania. So let's see if it works 2 times in a row. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see.
And if it doesn't work, let's hope I'm not as good as I was on the Stand and Deliver pay-per-view because I killed that.
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't count NXT's predictions. Those usually. Eddie and I don't always do the best on those, but
no, we don't.
They're a little more unpredictable, I think.
Thank goodness for tiebreakers.
Good for tiebreakers, yes. I unfortunately won't be able to watch NXT Stand and Deliver when it's live this year because I got to work that day. But I will be watching it either later that night or sometime during Easter Sunday. But should be an interesting Elimination Chamber that starts in just under an hour anyways. We made a fun bet last month. I don't know that there's anything we'd want to bet on for this one, though. But that's up to you guys if you want to try and do anything for that.
I think maybe like the Big Four, we should do a big bet. I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, we could do something like that. I have to figure out something different for those for Mania and Survivor Series and SummerSlam then. A little side bet. Hey, the Pyro's back.
God. Yeah, trying to get the balloons in the rain. Go. Yay!
Yeah, they say no. You got a little bit of your budget back, just not all of it today.
Yeah, I know. Well, our president took all my budget. Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
But either way, I still feel like there's at least going to be 2 returns tonight, and Jade and Randy. I thought I seen somewhere something about potentially a third too, but I can't remember who the third person was. So we'll see what happens. Triple H says it's going to be a game-changing event tonight, so he's probably banking off of whatever big thing happens with Cody and Rock, and eventually who sides with the Rock in the long run. So we don't get world champion Gunther. We don't get main event Jey Uso tonight. We don't get the Royal Rumble winner's not even on the show. But technically the women's Royal Rumble match winner isn't part of the show either. We ran into that last year at Elimination Chamber as well. But I can't say Charlotte's an afterthought like Bayley was last year. Unfortunately. All right. Who knows what could happen tonight? We could see debuts, returns, anything and everything. Just hope that everybody comes out in one piece. Because that chamber is not forgiving. And an unsanctioned match could lead to so many different things happening between KO and Sammy as well. For that matter, I'm surprised Kevin Owens has been completely cleared to compete after the brutal Alabama slam he took through that ladder at the Royal Rumble just 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, that was shit. Hell, and you see Cody hasn't wrestled since then. Or has he?
That's true.
Cody,
No, I don't think he has.
I think he only had one match, and that was that tag team match with Jimmy.
Oh, him and Jay against or Jimmy. Yeah, him and Jimmy. I think you're right. A couple weeks ago. What? Yeah, you missed it. Last two matches. But it'll be interesting to see what shape Cody and KO are in after that brutal match they had at the Royal Rumble. It'd be nice to see Kevin and Sammy get in the ring with each other. The only time we've seen Kevin in the ring really since the Rumble was when he gave that package pile driver 2 nights later to Sammy.
Yeah, and he looked it horrible.
He did. I mean, he's looked better in his promos that he's done since then, and even from in the ring last night in the Rogers Center. I thought that was unique how they had him at the Rogers Center, whereas Sammy was, of course, in where SmackDown was actually at, not far from the Rogers Center last night.
Kevin the chicken.
You could say that.
A lot of history in that building. A lot of history in that in the Rogers Center.
It'll be a nice setup to lead into WrestleMania as we're still, 6 weeks away from WrestleMania?
Shit.
I think that's 5 or 6. Hold on.
No.
It is
Oh, no.
1.
Too much. That's too long.
That's a month and a half.
Oh, that's too long.
At least next year, WrestleMania won't be Easter weekend, though.
They do this. I don't know why they do that. Doofuses. Literally, WrestleMania Night 1 is Easter week. Or wait, what?
No, WrestleMania Night 2 is Easter.
Yeah, why do they do that? They don't want the wrestlers spending Easter with their kids to have kids?
Nope.
Oh, that's mean.
All right. Any last thoughts or opinions on Elimination Chamber before I'll just end this so we can get ready for the Chamber that starts in about 45 minutes?
2 minutes.
Well, to see you guys again, especially you, Johnny. Haven't seen you in a while, so it's good to see you. Well, that's basically it.
Yeah.
It's fucking goal.
Yeah, I don't know what we... Right? Yeah, we got to figure out something to meet up so we can get Eddie the money we owe him still, too. So
Money, 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 monies.
eventually.
Yeah, I don't know monies.
All right.
Overcast with a high 30 degrees Fahrenheit and degrees.
that, thank you guys for being with us here. Anybody that's watching now or later, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell to subscribe so you know when we go live. We will catch you guys in the very near future.